What's good, y'all? Welcome back to a brand new Comic Reacts Release issue number 8 of Marauders. So yeah, let's jump right in. Love the cover. I'm pretty sure this is from the same artist that's doing that other like standalone Japanese folklore type series. I think the artist is named Peach Mononoke or something like that. I think. Love her artwork. Anyway, Threshold. 2 billion years ago, we are under attack. Threshold's defector Nightfront font leads the unbreathing against us, raises our cities, intends on reigniting the oxygen wars. We fear the unbreathing, but our final weapon against them, the smart bacteria, have instead turned their hate against each other, the war, using our own infected bodies as fire. The present is beyond saving. The future is our only hope. You are our only hope. Next page. All right. Credits: Secret of an origin species secret origin of a species. The Marauders recently uncovered the existence of Threshold, the first group of mutants on Earth who were wiped out by their rival, the Unbreathing, 2 billion years ago, and has since has been a loss into the annals of history until now. Using the recovery Shi'ar time drive containing the essence of the last 3 survivors of Threshold, Thea, Crave, and Amos, and Krakoa's current-day resurrection protocols, the way wartime refugees have been awakened and are now asking for the Marauders' help to prevent Threshold's annihilation from ever happening. Buckle up, the Marauders are on a rescue mission like no other. Alright, Kate, Aurora, Bishop, Somnus, Psylocke, Tempo, Fang, Cassandra Nova, and Lockhead. Alright, starting off with the hot spring. Alright. Krakoa, the broken bath. No. You're questioning the mission now? Why? Because of Cassandra? Who wouldn't have questioned about the world-conquering germs? It's not like you've been taking opinions, Captain. And I'm not saying we shouldn't go. Throwing us to the wolves deep in the past shouldn't be a split second decision. That's what you think it was, Psylocke? I've worn an X a long time, saved plenty, lost plenty too. This mission isn't some wild dream. It's an act of will. The choice here is the only one I make every day. To hope. To not take no for an answer when others would. And yes, Psylocke's expression there. And yes, when necessary, to dive at the wolves and kick their asses. Want to know a secret? Next page. Our boat doesn't work for Krakoa. It works for mutants. It's that simple. We go where we're needed. Full stop. The Quiet Council itself couldn't keep keep me from doing my job. That's why I choose all of you, not for stats or experience, for your hearts. You need to save lives, not be stopped. Solid speech, Captain, but saving Threshold could still mean overriding Krakoa as we know it. Saving the past from Archie and Sublime doesn't need to undo the present. What if Temple's right? We'll find a way. They've been beaten. They've been beaten here. We can beat them there. What if Temple's right? The past long dead. Even if we save Threshold, time will still get them. There's no threat to Krakoa here and now. Can we risk erasing our own lives for something that over? Your life was over when I was born, Fang. I'm still here fighting for it. We plan. We take precautions. We help who we can, and until then, next page. We keep the Threshold out. We keep the Threshold 3 out of trouble. This dude straight up looks like the that one dude from Street Fighter, the guy with like the mohawk and like the little patch of chest hair. This dude he kind of reminds me of an Avatar because he has all the arrows. And then you got this guy. You should be captain of that ship, Koana, not a tour guide. Oh yes, finally she's back in the old suit. Hell yeah! I remember this. I think I mentioned this in my reaction to the last issue, but you guys remember I mentioned there that I thought Koana, because I saw some pages of Koana rocking a new suit. That was her basically the same suit she used to wear in the 2013 X-Men comic. I thought we were gonna see in that issue, but she ended up not changing it. So yeah, looks like we're finally getting it here. Although these pages look different. So I don't know if those pages are from this issue and that's later on, or that was from some other X book. Anyway. I choose to show Crave around here. John. Thought you'd enjoy the business. No money on Krakoa, and still you got me doing charity. Anything else I can help you? Brah? In time, no doubt. I'm not yet done with your initial offerings. Damn, this dude's just going through food. What are you, Goku, bro? If he takes a bite out of the counter, I'll bury him beneath the rest. It has been billions of years since his last meal, in a way, so he wouldn't mind eating a bullet. Sad what passes for hunger in your day, friend. Friend Magot? Magot, if I'm saying that right? Speaking of which, do your gut demons intend to finish that? Next page. No matter. You say bullets, Grey Crow? Delightful. I must have missed them here. More of a menu hack, but don't worry. You've earned it. Damn, you literally just fed him a gun. Delicious. Our mollusk minds have never yielded such delightful alloys. With skills such as yours, surely you run this island. Not just yet. It's okay, John. Now, Crave, you must want to know more than eat before we depart. What? I'm sorry. I've just been taken again by the menu. It's curious. The words are foreign, but the alphabet, the characters, are the same as ours, drawn. Next page. From the very sea that spawned Threshold. So, this is the best we do, an island. Don't be so detour. Amos, everyone you know is long dead. Everyone you know wishes you were. Maybe I was stupid to expect more. Threshold covered a continent. We have mastered our fear. We mastered our fear someday. Pioneered the void like you did with our Cassandra. We called that world Karzana. I'm probably butchering that. Its sister planet, Timu. It's nothing but an asteroid now, but it's just gone. Yes, well, so is your precious Threshold, for all its continent standings. Mock all you want, but Krakoa wouldn't be here without us. Neither would you. You think? To thrive here, you must both defend your existence and offer cruel reminders of your value. For me, such acts are like breathing. Why would I want to be like you? Next page. You want to survive, and I've long considered that my true mutant power. I survived an attempted murder in utero, if I'm pronouncing that right. Survived the loss of my flesh. Survived a crumbling redhead mangling my morals. Mutants have hated me since I was conceived, and I've survived. In fairness, I hated them as well. Now I hate everyone else. It's quite the turn. Back home, they treated me like a thief, like I was casting them, looking to steal their bodies. Even here, I can tell this land's a mute. It's almost familiar, but I could merge with it if I. But that would break the rules. Respect the sacred lands and so on. Do you follow those rules? Heavens no, and I dare these urchins to hold me accountable. There can be no rules when it comes to mutant kind survival. Hence I warned that threshold germs would grow into today's our key and sublime. And hence, when the Marauders ignore me and go back anyway. Next page. There will be no rule but my own. Dead Mutant Cove. Krakoa is beautiful, Tempo. Already, your home amazes me. You say they ride the waves here? All but our bravest fear them, and our oceans meant death. Thanks to the enemy below. Still got plenty of enemies, Thea. Most of them human. Yes. So strange to hear them are the majority and not us. Their rarity, their fragility, their wisdom. These led us to cherish them, a far cry from the hate you endure. The tensions feel so alien to me. Perhaps they always will. But then, yours isn't the society torn apart by weapons of its own creation. Watch out, tide's coming in. No matter. Just a moment. Next page. Oh shit, it actually is. Damn, that's these waves coming in. I must admit, I didn't think there'd be a future to greet us. What we left behind was so bleak. You truly believe that you truly believe you can help Threshold? Pride does. Pride does. Mune solutions to impossible problems. That's what she says. Wild how the same thing can make someone admirable and irritating, right? Your captain's drive is invaluable. I see nothing to dislike. There's 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 driven and there's foolish. There's foolish. Even with you on gravity, Aurora on speed, me on time, Amas merging us all, even with everyone in a boost fruit. Forget precautions, Tia. This'll still just a leap of faith, without question. But it would not be my first. I know, and that's why I'm ready to jump. I mean, look at you, so far from everything you know behind the ocean for me. It's what it, it was not unwelcome, I hope. Not hardly, but you risked so much to get here. I figured I'm due for a risk of my own. Next page. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the page I saw. So I guess that was from 2 issues. That was from like the next issue following that one. Okay. The Wild Palace. Save the frills, Jumbo. We're looking for a function here, not fashionable, not fashion. The clock is ticking for Threshold. It's time travel. Doesn't matter when we leave. Fashion can be functional, girls. Stitch and I sat down with Forge. This is what we got. The molecules inside the porches are intuitive, not unstable, and self healing. They'll protect the past from today's germs and be the look that launches a thousand puberties. Is that right? Your li- your live your li- your livery, Captain. Tap one to deploy, twice to repeat, 3 times to pat me on the back. And don't forget, Stitch, we her gifts make her vis, make her vicious with a micro circuitry. She should be proud. You both should. All that remains. Next page is to put your work to use. No suits for the new blood. Quaint that you call us new, Fang. I am safely your elder's elder. New blood and new bodies, Thea. Fresh from aboard Magna. Now hold tight. We're nearing land. I can smell it. You just said it, Fang. The three are still breaking in their resurrected bodies. Isn't that what you were doing down at the cove? That they haven't been here long enough to pick up on our pathogens. My saltiest of friends, on behalf of Hellfire Trading, welcome to the crew. Welcome to the Cooterman's Creek, if I'm saying that right. Thanks for the ride, Christian. Don't break my boat while I'm gone. That's your job, Captain. Enjoy the past. And if it happens to see an especially well dressed you're Ikarodi? You're a Kyuya? I don't know exactly that. Next page. Well, these don't look like the suits from Endgame. Literally, the only difference is instead of the A, there's a Marauders look, but the colors are basically the same. Hands off, it's likely a frost. This is the spot? There is nothing ancient here. There wouldn't be, Somnus. Not after this long. Sage ran the numbers. This is where Threshold stood, at least what hasn't been pulled beneath the continental crust. I should warn you, Captain, Threshold will seem strange to modern mutants. Don't worry, Thea. I'm sure your people put their pants on the same as us. Our clothes grow from short-lived unicellular colonies that live an entire lifespan on your skin's surface, then petrify into the bespoke attire. You make 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 amua am amua amua buzz clothes. I have no idea what to say that. Is it that much stranger than still coming out of a worm's? Okay, everybody ready? Unification can be disorienting for the first timers. On your word, Bishop. Do it, Amnes, and remember. Next page. And land 2 weeks before our key and sublime rebel. Is this it? We're all here. Who's driving Thea? Each of us tempo, and one of us. Movement is quasi autonomous when assumed. This can't be a committee. To jump so far back in time, I need to be driving. I'm driving, Temple. Your hands are holding me, so lead me. We'll each guide you through our gifts, Amnes. Call it out, people. All right, copy, Bishop. This is Tempo. Chronokinesis, go. This is Pry. Intelligibility is go. This is Thea. Gravity shield is a go. This is Fang. Healing is a go. Bishop. Compound field is a go. This is Psylocke. Psychic backup is a go. This is Aurora. Light speeds to go. Miss Nova. Threshold League. Language uploaded hand. It's Somnus. Prepping hypersleep. Amnes. Amos. Just full of nervous mutants and jumping in 3, 2. Next page. All right, resistance log, record 919, Speaker Grove. It has been days since Crave, Thea, and Omnis departed. Those left battle on as best they can. I'd like to blame the traitor Nightfawn for radicalizing the unbreathing after ages of quiet. But in truth, for some, quiet was not enough. For some, the unbreathing had to be eradicated in full and create a weapon of war in time of peace. They drove Nightfont into the arms of the enemy. We are to blame for his defection. We create these bacterial conquerors because for some it was not enough for the unbreathing were long beaten. Only extinction would do. Hate breeds hate. Nightfound defected in disgust, leading the unbreathing against us in hopes of restarting the oxygen wars. In effect, our final weapons became a self-fulfilling prophecy. Had no one created them, they would never be needed. But sadly, that's long mute. Threshold laboratories made the sibling bacteria to destabilize and destroy the unbreathing society, made them intelligent enough to evade and adapt the unbreathing to unbreathing medicines and immunities. But with intelligence came feeling and emotion. Intelligence enough to reset that they'd be made with hate molded by fear, born to destroy. They loathe each other, but loathe us even more. And we were fools to think they see any difference between us and our enemies. Their revolt overtook Threshold in mere days, piggybacked on our viral communication system. The two siblings spread from body to body, muse as they called them, infecting us and fighting a gruesome war for supremacy. With our own fists as a medicine, they mocked us. They took our abilities for their own, even as they act out for the very purpose we gave them: societal collapse. Resistance is thin. Some of us, enriched with the right gifts, are able to hold off their infections, but that does little to warn off the more violent powers of our neighbors. Hermit fields have allowed us to establish spreads strongholds, but there are so many ways for them to get in. The sentry towns built as beachheads against future unbreathing offenses and are some of the last areas untouched by the microscopic conquerors. But as the infection numbers grow, and the winds change, we fight to our own last. But I fear we won't last long. Ugh. Next page. Threshold Centri Town 87, 2 billion years ago. Why fight on? You truly think this battle can be won? These people, their flesh, it's all mine by right. Please, I didn't ask for a sibling. I don't care to break this world. Until they made us to hate it, even so, it's mine to destroy, not yours. After all, I was here first. Next page. Well, we're here, and it's just as bad as I remember it. Wait, is that in Japanese right there? That top one? I'm pretty sure. I think it's actually Japanese. It might be Psylocke. They're ripping each other to shreds. The city kept watch for the unbreathing Psylocke, but we're too late. The sickness you call Archie and Sublime is here. We undershot our landing. I'm sorry, Thea. I tried, but it's billions of years. That's like throwing a dart at a snowflake. We made it, Tempo. That's what matters. These mutants are infected, butchering each other for Archie and Sublime. They think there's no one to stop them. What? Want to show them they're wrong? I know I do. Marauders. Next page. So let's give them hell. Welcome, mule. Welcome to Doc. No. Good luck with that. Quite the body count for bacterial infants. It's almost nostalgic. Behind you, Cassandra, there. Next page. Oh shit, you got her by the throat. No, let go of me, Charles. That pain, that memory will cost you your life. Hardly, woman, not while this enriched mule is my carriage. The sight of it, the smell, its sound, all force your most painful recollections. The weapons this body has are amazing. So are they. Stay, Nova. Let your livery heal. Was that Xavier's? Was that Xavier's name I heard you screaming? Perhaps. A brother engineering your miscarriage can certainly be formative. Family gets you every time. Now stand up while we're still next page. Oh shit! Your hermic vestimites are vestments are nothing. We always get it. You muse breed us for war. Now you have it. War to rage until there is no more flesh left to infect. Until only I or my siblings live. The death of a mule is but the loss of a pent. Well, there goes his arm. Care to offer up any others? Next page. I'm here, Aki. I'm right here. Gah! You've got to heal. Go to your livery. Close up before. Huh? Ah! Too late. We're made to get it. To outthink and to overpower immunity. Built for a single art. Societal collapse. Why would we ever stop at one? Unbreathing and rich. Enshrined. You're all just mules to us. And this is a strong one. No. If even his healing factor can't hold them off, we're doomed, of course. What's this about a mission? How sad. There's so much to learn and see inside the body, the feeling. Next page. It's sublime. Okay, that's badass. That's a badass page. Double crossing the threshold. All right, another one. All right, Resistance Law 491, Grove. Another setback today, another failed attempt at curling our kind of these bacteria. As the deadly siblings infect more and more neighbors by the day, our cities teeter on the brink. The need for a cure is more urgent than ever. But how do you eradicate diseases that were created to outthink any treatment? Our medicines, for all our advancements, are simply tools. In a sense, they're automations. No matter how complex their programming, but what's their enemies are more than that. They're sentiments. They're sentient. Microscopic beings with consciousness networks across the trillions of cells and thousands of bodies. While some medicines have mild efficiency at first, in every instance, two siblings have learned to overcome them before being completely obliterated. This is what some of us have hoped to visit upon the unbreathing. Now we suffer it ourselves. I've commissioned countless studies even as time dwindled and infections grew. This is no natural immunity to our creations. So far, the siblings have neglected to infect the enshrined. Perhaps because their lack of abilities offer less utility to them. But in time, once they've exhausted all enriched bodies and powers, they will turn to the enshrine, and then, I suspect, the unbreathing. While the infection has become successfully held up by thresholds whose gifts allow them to repel microscopic attacks, once infected, their bodies, once infected, there has thus far been no known case of either of the siblings being driven from a body or killed within it. Any internal abilities a threshold may have are appropriated by their bacterial conquerors. The siblings do show some weaknesses to telepathic attacks, but their consciousness is spread so far and wide that it's all but impossible to gather them in such a quantity that a psychic strike could have any meaningful effect. As long as we're here fighting, we will never stop looking for a cure. But as of now, it's with great sadness that I must report that there remains no known means to cleanse the body of infection. Only after the death of a host do either of them abandon its flesh. Alright, and that is the end of the issue. Alright, pretty good issue. And the artwork is fantastic as always. Loved it. Just that last page. That last page was badass. And I'm glad to see Psylocke's back in that black and white that black and white suit, because I love that suit in the X-Men 2013 comic. I thought that's probably one of my favorite Psylocke costumes. So it's good to see her back in it, man, because I love that suit. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. Overall, I give this issue a 7 out of 10. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on my socials if you feel like it. Links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.